Whoa. Yeah, I forgot to hit the live button. I got a little distracted playing around with, I don't know. You guys ever, I get distracted sometimes. Go figure, right? So anyway, it's Monday Live. I am looking at some Seiko parts. Seiko mod parts. Because I think, let's see. I need to get this thing going. This is my, hey, CMO, Lyndon's here. Late. Yeah, if anybody's late, it's me. I'm late. There's a Blue Shirt Buddha, Wesley Martin, my buddy Dane here, #1 troll hunter. He is ready to go. This is my son's watch. Maybe you guys already know this, but this is a watch that I built a while for him. God, it might even have been his 16th or 17th birthday. I don't know. He's 20 now. So this thing's a few years old. And I never wear it. He never wears it. He wears an Apple Watch. And this thing's got some story back to it. I had to build it twice. So I just threw this bracelet on it. Let me go grab something else real quick. Hold on. I don't know, maybe it's this time of year, but I'm feeling like I want to mod some watches again. It's been a while. I think maybe it's been long enough that I forgot how much of a pain in the ass it is for me sometimes. Hey, Rocky's checking in. Amin's here. But I actually picked up this bracelet because I love the taper on it, but it's a 22 millimeter, right? And it's a straight end link. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mill off 1 millimeter off each side so it fits within this lug. I've done it before for the monsters, and it's going to be, this bracelet's going to be perfect for that watch as soon as I mill it down. So I will be doing that soon. Maybe I'll try to figure out a way to record that and share. It's pretty simple. I mean, you can screw it up, but I won't. I've done it before. But that's going to look really good on this. So I think I might wear this. Let's see here. What is today? Today is Monday. And I don't know. What's today's date, guys? Isn't it like the 30th? But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it on the 31st so it rolls over. Haha, I'm thinking ahead. I'm going to put it on the 31st so I don't have to change the date tomorrow. What time is it, though? That's not right. Oops. So it's like 8:05-ish. I'm not super picky when it comes to wearing a watch for one day. Alrighty. There we go. So maybe I'll wear this tomorrow. And I'll give you a loom shot at this towards the end because this has the, oh shoot, I forgot who made these bezels. This was the only successful install I had, but it's loomed. The bezel's actually loomed. Really cool. All right. What did I miss? Any questions? Any comments? What are we doing, guys? Today's the 30th. I said it for the Speedmaster. If you're a flipper, the Speedmaster is probably going to do better for you. The Breitling just kind of, I don't know, resale on Breitling is not that great. But me personally, I like the Colt more, but I've never really checked out a Colt chronograph. So depends on if you're a flipper or a keeper. Let's see, Calico Bassin. What's the blue one to the right in the back? That's the Oris Aquis new 400. And Oris actually sent me that. So this was a loaner being sent in actually directly from Oris. And, I was wearing it when I first came in, but I stopped wearing it, so it kind of died on me. And you guys, I know you're going to get a kick out of this. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I know people give me crap for that. Watch that minute hand. Watch it. Ah, it didn't move because I did the wiggle crown. Let's see. We don't even really need to set that. So, and see that it jumped because I didn't wiggle it. So let's wind this thing up. I believe the count for a full wind is 220 turns. I should have counted how many turns I did before the second hand actually starts moving, but it's quite a few, like 30 or 40, maybe 50. I don't know. It's quite a few before it starts going. Good God. 220, yeah, it is a lot, but that's supposedly a full wind, and it's 120 hours of, that was quite a few winds. That was probably like 60 or 70 winds before we got enough power to get it going. So, see, there's the jump that everyone's talking about. Yeah, it's going to be super frustrating for people. And honestly, I've watched a bunch of videos on it, and I'm going to do a full-on couple of videos here soon. I know I've been kind of slacking. Super, super tight crown on that. But most people are going to just try to use this watch like a normal watch, right? But when you go to push it in, it jumps forward. You know, there's a workaround for it, but dang it, guys. I mean, come on. We shouldn't have to do that, right? So say we're going to do 805, where are we at? 809 now, or something like that. Say we're going to do that. So we got to wiggle, 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 and push it in. It didn't move. So the wiggle thing works, but we shouldn't have to do that. And I think a lot of people are going to be in that camp. So the movement's awesome. You know, once you adjust it, you're never really going to mess with it again. You know, people keep saying, you know, once Oris works out their bugs. Listen, I don't think Oris is going to fix that. I don't think there is a fix for that. I'm fairly confident that it is what it is. So it is just, they're chalking it up for it's a quirk that is part of that movement, which is the, you know, the crazy with the twin barrels in it. Oh, no, I was going to get that and show you, but JQ, yeah. I think quite a few people actually are watching that live show that I did with Bruce, his first live on his channel with a guest, me. So that was nice to do. Bruce and I did a live when I visited him like a little over a year ago. We were both on camera. I mean, I've been on camera a bunch of times, guys. So you shouldn't be shocked or just now putting a face to the voice or to the hands. Wesley says, I'm highly disappointed with all the issues with Oris and their refusal to do anything about it. Yeah, I think, I don't know if highly disappointed, it would probably be the route to go, at least for me anyway. I think, you know, yeah, slight letdown. But yeah, I'll probably just pick up the titanium Aquis with the Solita in it. So, and then if it's not super accurate, I'll just send it in to get it regulated. So, yeah, a lot of people first saw my face in a reflection off a watch. Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's if I think if people told you like, listen, we got this crazy good movement. It's awesome, state of the art, has 120-hour power reserve. However, you have to wiggle the crown in order to set the time. I think there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to be like, yeah, I guess I can deal with that. Or there's going to be a whole larger probably camp that are going to be like, no, I don't think so. But you got to remember, you know, the retail on it's like $3,500. Most people aren't going to be paying $3,500 for it. And maybe that quirk will actually save you money. So we'll see. We're so picky as watch fans, guys. I mean, look at us. We're all like Seiko fans and everything like that. And then we mod them and destroy them. And the most of the Seiko movements actually kind of suck. Straight up. Like the 7S, the 4R, the 6R, they all kind of just are not that great at movements. So, yeah, they work great. But there's a lot better movements out there. Mike asked a very solid question. Do we even need 120 power reserve? Simple answer, no. I wish they would have, or maybe, I don't know if this movement's capable of pulling out one of the barrels to eliminate this issue? Is it capable of removing that or substituting it with something else and reducing the power reserve to, even if it's half, say it's 60 hours? I'm fine with that. If it eliminates that problem and they can bypass it and do a 60 hour, I would be 100% fine with that. So we'll see what they do. I don't know if that's in the realm of possibilities with that movement, but that would be cool if it was. Dane is actually ditching the Seiko line. He's going full Zelos. Give it time and the wiggle will turn into a cool nickname for the watch. Yeah, I got one of those Oris Wiggles, the Wiggle Crown. Let's see. Have you seen the Heimdallr? I don't know if that's how you say it. Heimdallr monster. Yes, I've watched. There's actually quite a few really good videos on it, and honestly, that replica monster looks near spot on. I mean, it looks fantastic. So, I mean, it is really I think some people had pointed out the distance here from that scallop down to the bottom of the case can vary, or it's more shallow. There's a couple little subtle things, but it is a very, very good option potentially for someone that is looking for like a second gen monster, but don't want to pay, $500 to $1,000 for one. Then you could pick one of those up. I'm not going to buy one. I don't know why. I'm just like anti, what is it called? Alibaba thing or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. I'm anti that though. I pretty much am never going to buy one of those. But I was going through some of my old mod parts. This must be off a 5KX because it doesn't have the loom pip, but it's blue. That's kind of cool. Check this one out. I don't see too many of these very much. It's the aluminum bezel insert, but in red. I think that's really good looking. I'd like to build something with that one day. Actually, I got a buddy of mine that might like that. What else do I have? So I have to mod. I'm going to build this guy here. And I shared that in the unboxing. So I'm going to do a crystal and a bezel insert and hopefully an oversized crown. That's my main plan with this thing. Clean it up. Give it a refresh. Excited to do that. And then I have the Namoki's titanium case. Should be arriving any day. Honestly, I was hoping it would show up today because I know a few people have already started to get them. As soon as I get that Namoki's titanium SKX case, I'm excited to do the build on that. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it. I'll probably do a turtle gut swap, but I'm waiting for... Oh, Luke, you got yours today, the titanium. Yeah. How's the fit and finish on it? Any signed crowns for the grenade turtle? I'm sure you can pretty much do a aftermarket signed crown on one of those. Pretty stellar. Yeah, man, I'm excited for that. I love titanium watches. Hey, Bruce Williams threw me a super chat. Awesome. Thanks, Bruce. Let's see. Is that random? I'm getting out of modding Seikos. Rob doing a Monday live. Yeah. A lot of people are getting out. Sometimes people get in. Like I'm hit or miss. Like it's been a while since I've built, but I'm excited to build the titanium one. I'm excited to just do the simple mod on Jack's son's SKX here, and I have the new to me, the SKX 011. I personally like that one, bone stock. I'm not going to do anything with that, but I still have this one that was gifted to me by Alan. So I will be doing some sort of build with this too. Carmos 1970 with a super chat. Which would you choose between a Glycine for 350 or a Hamilton for 450 on Joma? If you like both, based on quality, durability, thanks, good show. I like both those brands, but I feel like the Hamilton, I know it's $100 more, but if you use the Rob 20 discount, you're going to save $20 on that Hamilton, bringing it down to $430, narrowing that gap a little bit. And I don't know, I think the Hamilton has a little more stay power, a little more classic, clean, heritage type thing. Not that Glycine doesn't have, heritage, but I don't know. I would pick the Hamilton over a Glycine, but that's just me personally. And it depends on what model too. I'm trying to read a couple of comments. Yeah, mystery. Yeah, the it doesn't line up perfectly, and I'm okay with it. I just noticed it kind of today. The bezel, I think, is a little off. I'm not even gonna mess with it. I'm totally fine with right the way it is. Like, I'm not gonna mess with it at all. I love the gold accent hands. I like the gold color on the bezel insert. I think if I do anything to it, I might go with an oversized crown. I happened to have, because I have like a drawer full of just bracelets that I typically don't, shocking, I typically don't sell bracelets. When I buy a bracelet, I just keep it because I know it's going to get used again. It's going to get cycled in again. And this was a bracelet I picked up from Strapcode, the Super Jubilee. But I picked it up for a 5KX, so I had the curved spring bars. But that's the only difference. You put the straight spring bars in here, and it works perfect on this. And I'm really enjoying it because it actually extends. This is something I griped about before, about the way the fangs stick out. But now I'm actually enjoying that it actually extends the lug to lug because I'm used to a little bit longer lug to lug. And a nice taper on that Jubilee. I do have one gripe with this, and I'm still trying to remedy that. The keeper fold over thing here, it kind of doesn't, see how it wobbles a little bit before it comes out. So I don't know if I can pinch that down and tighten that down a little bit. I'm not 100% on board with that. Or maybe I'll just change it out altogether. I'm going to figure something out with that. That's minor. That's pretty minor. I can wear it the way it is. Where are we at here? Let me back up a little bit. Bruce says, I'm with you. A split hair off alignment shouldn't bother. It seriously doesn't bother me at all. I have no issue with that. As far as Seikos go and misalignment, that is a very small misalignment, so kind of acceptable for me. Let's see, Mr. Duffy. These days I'm more bothered by quartz watches not hitting the... Oh, yeah. You know what? It's hard for me to get past that, but I can because, for example, this is a watch actually James sent over, and it had a dead battery in it, and I threw a battery in it and got it going. And if you look, for the most part, it kind of hits the marks, but the second hand is short of the hash marks. So it's a little hard to tell if it's just an illusion on your eye, but it definitely is off, but it's close. So I think I'm going to live with that. I probably need to pay James for this. I think I'm going to keep this. I really like the bracelet. I like the metal bezel. It's kind of fun that it's a quartz, still has a screw down crown, nice lume. It's a Casio, super thin. I think I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to hook him up with a little loot on that one. Nestux with a big super chat. Holy cow. You're a boss, man. When will you sell me your orange monster? Haha, great show, thanks. So here's the deal with the orange monster. And anybody can test me at any point on this. And I will not, I repeat, I will not relinquish this. So regardless of how much money you offer me, I think I'm old enough and wise enough or dumb enough, I'm not really sure, that I realize that money isn't everything. And it's not even a matter of like, say someone said, listen, I want your monster because you connected with it and it has your scratches on it. Look at that bezel. I didn't even notice that. That's scratched up too. Look at that. This thing is getting hammered on. I don't even remember doing that one. Oh, man. Whew. I love this thing. Like, seriously, if somebody said, all right, I got money. I'm going to throw you a ridiculous offer. Rob, here's $2,500. I want that watch, right? Nope. I won't take it. And I know that sounds ridiculous because, right, I could go buy another one and I would still have an orange monster, right? You're missing the point. I don't want an orange monster. I want this watch. So you cannot pry this watch from me. It is not going to happen. Oh, man. You know what, Bruce? I don't know because I don't remember that scratch on the bezel. That would be hilarious if she did because even she knows I'm possessive of it. It's been a long time since I've handed this over to anybody to see. Like, so if you ever meet me and I have this watch and you're like, hey, can I check that out? Like, yeah, I mean, you can look at it on my wrist, but I'm not going to take it off my wrist and hand it to you. It's just not going to happen. I'm very possessive of this watch, and I'm not a very materialistic type of guy. I'm not at all. But with this watch, I'm very possessive of it. I want to know exactly where it's at all the time. All right, I'm going to try to keep on. So I went on a rant there and I didn't read any comments. I apologize, guys. So if you ask a question, do it again. Let's see where we at, because the comments are flowing. I'm having a hard time keeping up. Let's see, Stuart, I just am mailing your watch back to you right now. What would be a good watch to compare to the size of the MTGB 2000 BD? I would get that watch out, but I already boxed it up and it's shipping to Jerry right now. But I have to say that MTGB 2000 is, man, I didn't have a 1000 here, but it is such a great watch. I love the new MTGB 2000. It is such a good watch. I did hold it up next to like a Frogman. I think the Frogman's going to probably wear a little bit bigger. The MTGB 2000 balances out a little bit. It's still large. It's still a big watch. I would say it's probably, man, I don't know if I have anything here. I can't think of anything here in front of me that it would compare it to. It's a big G-Shock, but and it's metal, right? It's a metal on the outside, but it has the carbon core monocoque design. So they were able to, G-Shock was able to give an illusion of a lightweight stainless steel watch. They nailed it with the MTGB 2000. I know it's a mouthful, but see, Desmond BC with the big offer, 2,500 for the Orange Monster. Let's start the bidding at 2,500. Let's see, Dane got the G-Shock carbon core. What a great daily. Oh yeah, Dane picked up the. Did you already get it, Dane? Dane picked up one of these because I did a video on it. I have two of these now, and Dane picked one up. Dane was hoping that I was going to sell one of mine, and I'm in full hoarder mode right now. Is that a, no? I'm warehousing. I'm not hoarding. I'm warehousing watches. That's what I'm doing. It's not hoarding. It's warehousing. So I am increasing my inventory of watches. So yes, I have two of these now. Dane picked up one. They're crazy comfortable, crazy cool. I will wear this again very soon. I think this is the actual best combination right here. They come with a bunch of extra straps, but they're not needed. That's awesome, Dane. I haven't seen you post up anything. Accumulating. Yes, warehousing. Andrew, was that a Sunday sale yesterday? For a brief moment, I did post it live amongst the main channel, and then I took it down. I just wanted to see if anybody would catch that and buy a couple watches, and it was not successful. So let's see. It's just my personality. I can't say the keyword. Let's see. Mike, I panic bought that NASA square for fear of messing out syndrome. Is it weird? I haven't even opened it. No, and that thing is going up in value. You did a good thing. You're gonna be fine. You can keep that. The longer you keep that, the more it's gonna be worth. Even if it plateaus and it doesn't become worth any more, it is brand new in the box, and you're gonna have no problem selling it when you're ready to sell it, or keep it and wear it. Have fun with it. Open Air wants to see a closer look at the Oris. Let's do that. I know I've been kind of slack. I don't want to say slacking. I've been cranking out videos and I'm banking them, but I only get 30 days with this Oris. I should be exploiting that. I should be like making multiple videos of this, right? And I basically did the unboxing. So yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll do a video on this. And Bruce beat me to it. I was going to do a video comparing the Oris and the Seamaster. You know what though? He did the video before me on that. But he doesn't have a Seamaster in hand, I don't think. So I actually have one in hand. So I can do the video still. So I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that first before I even do the review of the Oris. Maybe I'll do this right here because no, Bruce, my video is not going to be better. Yours is way more detailed and way more knowledgeable based. All I'm going to do is show a couple watches that I happen to have in hand. I do more of a show and tell. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I love the display case back. I really wish I really wish, and I know the Salida isn't decorated, but I wish I could get this case back, the display case back on the titanium with the Salida. I really like to see the movements on these. Somebody just said something about a world timer. I need to ship this out, but this is the metal case world timer. This is actually going on a watch tour in my Discord group. So I need to ship this out. I'll probably do that tomorrow. But no other mods. All I did was the metal case, and I threw it on the strap because it's going to go on tour, and it's just going to be easier for everybody to wear versus a bracelet to size. So, but the metal one is so cool. And it's one of those like ridiculous cool things because you took a $15 to $20 watch and then turned it into like over $150 watch, because I think these cases are like 150 or close to it. So I love that about this hobby. You can just make it ridiculous. Bruce, the titanium one has the open case back? I don't know why I was thinking it didn't. I need to buy that. That needs to be my next purchase. I think I'm going to email Oris tomorrow. Maybe I'll make that happen before the end of the year. I don't know why I was thinking it didn't. Where did I get the metal case? You know what? I'd have to look back at the video. I did a full video on this already of where it came from. You'd have to search back. Shoot, I don't even know. I don't remember who made it. If anybody knows, in the comments below, if you know the company that makes this, because they make a brass one, and I should reach out to them again, because if they want to get ridiculous, I would be on board with buying a titanium case if they made it. If they could figure out how to do a titanium case and find a source for like Gorilla Glass or sapphire or something, I would buy it. I don't care if it's like $250. I would probably buy it because we're ridiculous, right? Dino, did you ever buy an Oris Big Crown for yourself? No. And hey, Bruce, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good night. I haven't bought the Oris. I mean, I've owned Oris Big Crown in the past, and I probably will again in the future. The one I want, though, is the Movember, the 2018 Movember edition. And I've had offers. People have emailed me about buying one, and I don't know. I just haven't done it yet. I probably should, because that's the only one I actually like. It has the gilded hands and the black background and everything. That's the one I want. 100%. I've looked at all of the Oris Big Crowns, and the Movember is the absolute one I want. Hey, Danny, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it, buddy. Dino, yeah, the Movember is 100% my pick. Oh, you bought the Roberto. Oh, that one's really cool too. I was super tempted by that one. I really was, because the dial layout of that and the colorway and everything is just so good. I was super tempted by it, but I need to stick to my guns and go with my first gut feeling on a lot of these watches. Rob, Max is saying, Rob, your orange swims. I'm not sure what that means. Let's see. Oh yeah, design. Zelos. So Zelos watches, you could get me on a rant on that. With the exotic materials, they are just 100% on point with those. Steven picked up a new black resin. I'm assuming you're talking about the World Timer. Smartwatch on your right. I can't wear two watches. What's watch on bottom right? Orange stitching. Oh, I don't think I've done the video on this one yet. Check this out. This is a Maratac. Is that right? Maratac? There it is. Right? Is that the brand? Right there. You see the brand? Maratac. I think it's, I forget the company that sells it. I can't remember it. Yes, right there. It's the Maratac SR3. CountyCom. Thank you, MJ. You guys are coming to my rescue. This thing is killer. It has awesome lume. The bezel insert reminds me, the font and layout of it reminds me of like a Zin 104, even though it's not a countdown bezel. The super offset crown. I might end up actually buying this off James. James, he's in the comments. He sent this in along with the other watch, a bunch of other watches. I might actually pick this up off him. It has a Miyota 9015 in it. Offset crown is kind of like an unprotected Squale crown. It's like super offset and tucked down in here where it's slightly difficult to get to, but it's easier to get to without the crown guards on it. But you can get to it. Pops out. Yeah, these are cool. This is a stainless steel model. There's the 35, I think they call it. It's a titanium case one. I would like to see that one eventually. It needs a bracelet. It needs something. And I don't know that this would look right on mesh. So I'm not really sure. Or maybe it would just live on some sort of NATO strap, like a Haveston, something that's perfect. Or, ooh, like an Erica strap or a Luff strap. Wait, I just got a new Luff strap in. Where is that? I don't know if it would work with this one. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I have a Luff strap around here that they just sent me, and I don't know what I did with it. I was trying to find it. One of those elastic straps would look really good, and the Engineer maybe would look good. Yeah, something like that, but in the metal one. Yeah, I think you're right. The only problem I have with the Engineer is it doesn't taper. I like a taper, and this lug width is, it's 20. I think a 20 non-tapering would work. I think you're right. An Engineer would actually work on this. And the bezel action on it, check this out. Can you guys hear that? That is a pleasant bezel action. Has a 24-hour index on the inside. Yeah, this is a really nice watch. And they have a few different variants of it, and they're actually pretty affordable. It's a no date. I mean, it would be kind of cool to have the date, and it's a single dome, so you get distortion on it. It's not a double dome. But yeah, it's a killer watch, and they're not very expensive. That's the beauty of it. So it's kind of like a little hidden secret. So I think I might pick this up from James. You guys got me thinking about it, talking about it. It's fully brushed, no polish. It's like 40 mil. I forget what the lug width on it, or the lug to lug is on it. Drilled lugs, 46.7. Like 40 and a half. Under 13 thick. It's a pretty legit watch. Yeah, I'm digging this. And the loom on it is really good. They're really good. You know what? I'll show you the loom real quick. I'll show you. Because the loom is actually legit. I don't know what they used, but the loom on it is good. It's very good. Like here it is next to the Seiko. It's got really good loom. I'm guessing they used C3 or something. I might have to wear this and check it out. So I'll probably pick that up off from James. I got to work a deal with him. I have a few other watches still. This one has the 4 hertz in it. This has the Miyota 9015. Was there a loom on the chapter ring? I don't know. I missed it. I'll show it again at the end. I'm not going to kill the lights again. But yeah, it has really good loom. It's a great watch. Killer price. I feel like it's a brand that maybe people are sleeping on. They don't know. Because I'm a huge fan of offset crowns and titanium, but this one's actually pretty light for being stainless steel. But it needs a bracelet. Gabe picked up a DW 5600 BC with the combi bracelet for 120 bucks. Good pickup. Much like this, but you got the negative display. I think you will be very happy with that watch. I have not worn this one in a while, but awesome watch. Nefarian says the titanium one is $300 with a titanium bracelet. See, guys, that is crazy. I think that's the 35, right? They call it. That is a really good deal. You can't open it until Christmas. You know what, though? That's not really that far away. Kind of like 25 days away. It's really not that far away. Yeah, SR35. I would highly recommend picking up the SR35. Get the bracelet for 300 bucks Get the titanium case, get the titanium bracelet, 300 bucks. It's pretty crazy. Like I just showed the, what was that other one I just showed? The titanium, the Hampton, right? And there was all kinds of griping with that. But I mean, there's one of the only thing that's kind of weird, and I don't know if you guys want to call it or name it what it is, but check out, hey, how you doing? Check out up here. Check out the eyeballs and the weird nose. Like, what character is that? It's not, I'm not going to call it Squidward or anything like that, but what is that? Maybe like a Star Wars character or something? I can't help it. Every time I see a watch with like the two eyeballs and something, I want to like place it from Adventure Time. Yeah, it's something like that. It's just funky, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. But it's still fun. I like it. Oh, a walrus. Yes, it's a walrus. Tony, yes. It's definitely a walrus. It's got the tusk sticking out, or it looks like a Jeep front end. It needs 7 slots though for it to be a Jeep. It's a really narrow Jeep. Yeah, no, I think walrus maybe. It is kind of funky though. You could call it a bunch of different things. It's still a cool watch. Here, I'll pop it on wrist real quick. I'm not a huge fan of the sailcloth though, or whatever this is. It's not sailcloth. What is this? Like ballistic. That's what it is. It's like too stiff, and I'm not patient enough to break things in. So I need something. Do I have a bracelet? Do I have a 20 mil? That's 22. Is this 22? How wide is this? Hey, I do have a bracelet right here. Let's put this bracelet on it and see what it looks like. So you guys, don't sell your bracelets. If you buy aftermarket bracelets, keep them. Don't sell them. First of all, they're not that expensive, right? Bracelets are not very expensive. And then you will use it again. Put it in a drawer somewhere. You know, you have a full storage box, right, of different straps. Do the same thing for your bracelets. Create a little storage unit for your bracelets and just keep them. We'll see if these spring bars work in here. That's the bottom. I think it'll work. Now it's not going to be a fitted bracelet. It's going to be a straight end link, but so that's not ideal, but I think we'll manage. And then I'm sure I'm going to have to adjust it too, but we'll get a general idea here. Okay, that's not too bad. I think the so this is, I forget what this one's called. This isn't, so there's two different kinds of engineers. There's like the engineer and the super engineer. See how this one's angular? You need the angular one, I think. I don't know, maybe the round is okay with it. Well, it must be okay with it because I already have it. Let's put it, oh yeah, hey, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. That is much better. That is much better than the strap that it was on. Yep. I might have to pick this up off of Mr. James. It would be nice if I had a double dome with maybe a little bit better AR, but I'm being picky. I'm being picky, right? I already had this bracelet. The watch is already here. I can probably swoop a deal from James. I'm gonna probably pick this up. Add it to the warehouse. Add it to the library. I'm starting a watch library. So I need a lot of watches. Just like a library needs a lot of books, I need a lot of watches. You can't call it a watch library if you only have 10 watches. You need hundreds of watches, if not thousands of watches. Yes, James is still here hanging out. He's going to hook me up. Let's see, EP, just ordered a used Squale 1521. Can you talk a little about the Squale brand? Hold on 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. because I actually want to talk about the Squale 1521, and I have one right here. I need to do a design. I wish I could bring out the red one. There is one on eBay unless somebody already bought it, but Clayton wouldn't sell me his, and I just don't want to pay that much for it. But so here's a 1521. Now this one's what they call an Onda, I think. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Kind of a blinged out one, but it's growing on me with the applied indices. You know, full polished case is the way to go. It's super awesome, right? So in the Squale line, the 1521, I don't think you're going to go wrong. You need to pick one up, at least try one at some point. I want to talk real quick. Carmos 1970 just sent me a super chat, $5. Thank you very much. He says, just picked up the Hamilton Khaki Field automatic old paper dial watch using your code. Thanks. Man, that was fast. I like you, Carmos. You don't play around. You're one of those guys that do things instead of just talking about them, right? We just talked about this between the Glycine and the Hamilton, and you went ahead and did it. So, and you got my discount, the $20 off. Awesome. Awesome. So, again, this is a watch here that was sent in for video, and I know I was lusting after the 1521 red dial, and I'm usually not a huge fan of the blue dial, but it's one of those things, and I know like Jeff McMahon talks about it. A lot of people talk about it. I love metal bezels. This one has it. It has applied indices. Had a lot of bling going on. I might try to pick this up. You're right. GTC 77. It does look high end. It feels high end, and I'm really liking this watch. The only thing that could further set it off is a full polished Milanese bracelet, like a Stabe or something. I mean, this watch wears and looks great on leather. I would wear it on maybe a Strap Mill Canada vulcanized rubber. But really, if you're going to put leather on a dive watch, of all dive watches, this one right here, yeah. This dive watch seems super appropriate to have a leather strap, does it not? It's more of a dress watch than it is a dive watch. It's so good. Yeah. I'm going to have to add a 1521 to the collection very soon. To the library. It's not my collection, it's the library. So yeah, this thing's crazy. And bezel action, this one has the 120 clicks. Some have 120, some have 60, depending on when you buy it, where you buy it, sort of thing. There's a lot of variables on that. But superb bezel action. It's held together much like how Breitling does it with the screw link or the screws to the bezel. So bezel action is awesome. It would be kind of cool to see an oversized crown. It is difficult to grab, but not impossible. So awesome watch. Let's see. Oh, Dane, you have a 1521. Oh, you still have your TGV Lion Shark? I bought that watch and I sold it. And that video got a lot of views, a lot of hate, but that was a fun watch to own. I probably should have kept it. It was a pretty cool watch. And maybe I'll pick up that red one. I don't know. I'm in full buy mode right now. It's pretty crazy. Lev asked, did Rob do a review on the deep blue watches? I don't think I've had a deep blue watch in yet. And let's see. Rob, what are your thoughts on the new MM200 SPB 187? I believe that's the full metal bezel one. The 187, I think if that's the one, I absolutely want to see that watch. That one looks awesome. I'm trying to resist buying a lot of watches. Deep blue is kind of expensive. No, I think deep blue is actually pretty affordable, if I'm not mistaken. Dane says he still gets a lot of hate from the Lion Shark. I don't know. It's a good-looking watch. You know, TGV did a good job speccing that out with Squale and stuff like that. So it's actually a good-looking watch. Jordan, yes. If you want an off-the-wall watch, and I will be happy to send the Game Boy watch to you. Yes, so he's been posting up these, he's posted up two of them. There's a Game Boy one and then like a Nintendo one. The Nintendo one's kind of got like a ghosted digital display on it. You got to hit the button and it shows up. But he posted it up and it looks like a little Game Boy right on your wrist. It's so cool. It's crazy cool. I'm digging it. Yeah, Dane, 100%. The red bezel insert. Man, I probably should have kept that watch. And actually, they're kind of worth more money now. So, uh, how's the third rebuy tuna SBBN? Cooper, did I rebuy that one again? Third time? I don't have a SBBN tuna right now. I've sold them. Slicey Dicey, still hoping for the sale of this guy. I probably won't sell this one, mostly because Mark gave it to me because it was, I guess it was my idea to go with a full lume dial, and he's done it on a few other models, and it's a great looking watch, right? So you can still get them. He has like the SKX one, and then this one. He'll restock them. Just be patient and just buy a brand new one. But Mark gifted me this watch, so I'm probably just going to hold on to it. Again, the whole library concept, just inventorying or warehousing, inventorying watches at this point. The flipper for life has changed. The flipper for life, I'm still a flipper for life, right? I don't think I'm in this camp. I'm not in the keeper for life camp, but I'm definitely inventorying. Lyndon says, any experience with the Orient Star Outdoor? Just picked one up for 280. I'm not familiar with that model, but I did just buy an Orient Star white dial, and I'm in love with that watch. The Orient Star is a killer watch, so I'll have to check that out. Orient Star Outdoor. Design says he missed out on the Red October. There's a few Red Octobers, at least one. I think somebody was trying to sell in my Discord group. You'll start seeing them pop up for sale. So if you want to pick one up, I'm sure you can pick one up. Let's see. Dino says, Noman has a Squale exclusive that's very retro. I don't know if it's the 1521 or if a different model. It's probably a different model, probably not the 1521. Stacy says watches are unpopular. Yeah, hugely unpopular. There's no watch YouTube channels. Nobody's buying watches. Watches are dead. Yeah, you're 100% right. Why are you here? Why are you watching this video? Get out of here. We have another bid on the Orange Monster. We have a bid of a Patek Philippe chime for your Orange Monster. I don't know what the value was on a Patek, but that definitely raises the bar. So that's the new bar if anybody's looking to up the ante on the silent bid for the Orange Monster. Let me let you in a little secret though, you guys. You're not going to buy it. Like, you can't buy it. Squale 20 Stumps Carrillo. I'm not sure what that is. That's what the model's called? 20 Atmos. There we go. I do like those. I'll have to check it out. How do you find Discord server? Oh, you just go to discord.com. So open air, you're not going to be able to get into my Discord. I really didn't want to get into that whole conversation because I'm in the midst. I'm about to change things up right now, right? So I was doing Patreon. I'm still doing Patreon, but actually, like next week's probably going to be my last week of Patreon. I'm actually going to delete my Patreon. I really wasn't going to talk about this, but I can do it real quick. So I'm going to delete my Patreon, and I'm going to do a direct pay, and there's going to be the founders and the co-founders. So if anybody's listening, here's the deal. A lot of the slots are already going to be taken up by my current Patreon group. So there's probably not going to be a whole lot of slots, and you're going to have to go through an interview process because I really don't want any negative Nancy's. I only want the best people in this community. So what's going to happen is this can be a direct pay at the beginning of the year. It's a one-time fee, and then you're in the Discord, and then the Patreon's going away. So that is happening. So I think tomorrow's December 1st, so that'll be the last time that my Patreons will actually have a payment, and then that's it. And then come January, they'll have a one-time payment, and they'll be all set for 2021. So, Jordan, yeah, the Swatch Irony is going to show up tomorrow. That's awesome. I think a lot of people don't understand how hard it is for you to do the go. I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that, Jordan. That means a lot. That comment. You know what? It's not for everybody to understand or appreciate what I do. Some people, a lot of my views actually come from, and I probably need to do a question and answer video because a lot of people watch, and I get it, right? They watch a video. Say I do a video on this watch, and they're really only interested in the information on this watch. Does it mean they need to subscribe to my channel and watch all my videos? Well, no. They're interested in this watch, and that's primarily why I make the watch videos. I do other things as well, but those are all behind the scenes, mostly. I want to post videos of watches so that if somebody searches up the, whatever this is called, I forget what this is called, but this carbon core G-Shock Square, then they have that information, or one source for that information. Now, if they search up, the Maratac, then they can search up that video. I want as many watch videos out there so that people that are looking for certain watches will have that resource. That doesn't necessarily mean they need to subscribe to my channel and watch all the videos, but there is a huge portion of us that are just pretty watch crazy and want to watch all of them. So, yeah. Yeah, that is pretty ridiculous. Mystery. Rob telling us not to subscribe and capping his revenue stream. Again, I probably need to do a video on this because yes, I do have a source of revenue stream from the channel, from the Patreon, or soon to be whatever my version of it is. But this is still a hobby to me. I have a day job. I have a really good job. And I don't do this for the money. So I don't want to ever turn this into that being the focus. So, and I'm doing my best to never really fall victim to that because I think that'll affect everybody in my community. I would rather have the community versus, it's not really selling out. I don't want to turn this into my job. Yeah, he says, I feel like you could make tiers and keep the interview process for a higher tier Discord. Yeah, but again, it complicates things and it creates more work for me. So it needs to be easy and enjoyable for me. And unfortunately, that is going to require me. Oh man, I really like this. Am I going to have to buy this, guys? Man, I'm losing it. I'm losing it here, guys. All right, so yeah, the whole channel, the whole project still has to remain fun to me. Yes, there's a ton of work. I mean, I just shipped, before I even went live, I just shipped like 7 packages, and I just dropped off at the post office earlier today on my lunch break. I did, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd like a black strap with this, though, with the blue dial. I think the brown works better. That's just me. Yeah, I think you have to see it in metal. I don't know. I lose my train of thought. I'll do a full video on it eventually, trying to explain it. It's so hard to explain, though, because most people they don't understand what I'm doing here. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if I really understand what I'm doing here. But regardless, it's about the watches. It's not about me. It's not about revenue and stuff like that. It's about the watches. It's about the community and the watches. Oh, yeah, this one's already sold out on Squale. That's a bummer. Back right, Oris Aquis. We want to show the Oris Aquis again. 43.5 millimeter, I think, something like that. It's larger. Look at that. I mean, look at the size difference on the Squale. I mean, isn't it crazy that we can enjoy, a 40 millimeter watch and a 43.5 millimeter just because they wear totally different, integrated bracelet. There's such diversity, even within a diver class, a dress diver class. So, hold on a second. Wait, back up. R.C. Robinson-san says, nobody ever said nice cell phone. That has to be one of the best comments I've ever had in a live stream. That is awesome. You just nailed it. Yeah, anymore, it seems like everybody has the new phone, right? So when you pull out your phone, usually it's just It's usually just a distraction or a cue for whoever you're talking to also just pull out their phone and just disconnect from you. Cell phones disconnect us from one another. You know what? The best thing I do with my cell phone is this channel. That is the best thing I do with a cell phone. I love my cell phone for the fact that I do this channel from it. I do everything on this channel primarily from my cell phone. So from that point of view, I absolutely love my cell phone. But other than that, when I'm visiting people or around people or hanging out with the family, I like to put my cell phone in another room or leave it in my pocket. I mean, really, I try to put it in another room and just get rid of it from the equation. Yeah, cell phones are a bad distraction for a lot of people. Yeah, this is, and that, again, so Bruce is using a different cell phone to record, and he's using actually a really good camera to record, and he does some, outside shots. So this is the exact same model that Bruce has. So you can see how dynamic it is in different lights, and I'll try to get some. It's mostly overcast because we're getting into the snowy season in the Great White North here. So I'll try to get some outside shots of this real quick and integrate them into a video so you guys can see this thing in the wild. But this new Oris Aquis, all the Oris Aquis are awesome watches. If you think you want to buy an Oris Aquis, I'm telling you right now, the answer is yes, you absolutely do. I have not handled an Oris Aquis or any Oris watch that I have not liked. They're all awesome watches, and they're an awesome brand. They're still an independently owned brand, and they are heavily involved in the watch community. Of course, that's wise to do so if you're a brand, right, to be involved, but they do it at a genuine level. Let's see. Dane is talking about his Tron. These things always look like they're photoshopped. See, R.C. Robinson, do you think they will be able to squeeze the new caliber into a 40 or 39? I'm not sure what size they're going to be able to pinch it down to, but I have heard a pretty solid rumor that it is going to make an appearance in the pointer date, which is what, a 40 millimeter case. So that might be the tightest squeeze they can put it in, but I suspect this movement, I should pull it out of here. It's only held together with screws. I could pull it out of here and take some measurements, unless they already have posted that. If I took the measurements, guys, should I pull it out of here and take the measurements and see what they really are, or do they already have them posted? I bet you this movement doesn't look huge, guys. I've handled a lot of movements, and it might be a tight squeeze into a 40 millimeter case. Well, I mean, this case is 40 millimeter, I guess. You tell me, would that fit in there? I think that would fit in there. Now the case is a little bit bigger, but this is a 40 millimeter watch. They probably don't want you to do that. Hey, they didn't tell me I couldn't do it, or if they did, I didn't read it or hear it. So, and also, I don't have a problem burning bridges. So if they get mad at me about pulling this movement out of here, then, I mean, I probably won't, but if they haven't posted up the actual dimensions of this movement, I feel like it's my duty or obligation to pull it out of here and give you guys the measurements, how thick it is, the movement size, because that's going to determine, basically, you can compare that to a lot of Sellita movements, and then you're going to know what watches that can go into. But I think a 40 millimeter case might be the max. Let's see. What are we doing? I'm missing a lot of comments. I'm not going to put it. He wants me to put it in a. Yeah, it would probably fit in there. I'm not going to put it in there. That would be ridiculous. I can't imagine how much that movement costs. The R&D they have into that movement and building that thing is probably ridiculous. I would venture to say that they might actually lose money on that venture, unless they can really exploit it and maybe alter it and do some different things. But I can't imagine what it cost to to build that thing. I mean, it's got to be crazy high. All right, we're over an hour. I need to kill this live stream. I got other stuff to do. Are you guys good with me closing it out, or do you have any more questions? You got any more questions real quick? Plus, I'm almost out of gin. There's not much gin left in there. Let's see, does Glycine make anything under 40 or 41 millimeter? Glycine has a pretty large catalog of watches. I'm sure they have something. I don't know their whole catalog, so. Oh, Tim, thank you. They posted the size of the movement on their website. I don't have to tear it apart. And Dane's happy. He got to kill the troll. So that's always good. They have the specs. See, Mark, you guys, Oris is smart enough and been in the game long enough. They know they sent all these out to all these reviewers that there's going to be one of us out here like me that are be like, I'll take the movement out. I don't care. I'll see what else it fits in. They were like, no, you don't have to do that. Here's the specs. You think Stacy is RJ Luxury. That hour was fast. Going through the Glycine website, and I don't see anything under 42. So isn't there, there's some smaller Airmans, I think. Isn't there like a 36 millimeter Airman? I'm pretty sure there is. Airman? Is that how you call it? Airman? They say it's 30 millimeter allegedly. So I'll have to look up to see if that's a 30 mil. I can probably eyeball it like you said. I can probably figure out if that's close to a 30. If it is, then I'll see what the specs are on the Sellita SW200, SW300, something like that. Jordan's going to send over the Game Boy. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. 36 millimeter might be called the Airwoman. Yeah. Yeah, there is a 36 and there is a 40 Glycine Airman. And the Airmen are awesome watches. They have a really nice dramatic turn down on the lugs. I'll probably add one of those to the library actually as well, because that's a watch that a lot of people are curious in, but there's a ton of different variations of them. I personally would go towards the Airman Purist, which is still a three-handed, and then the open air. Go with the 36 Airman. I think even with a small wrist, I think you'd still be good with that. I think you'd be totally fine with that watch. Yes, Design actually has a really good... Design is starting to put out a pretty good catalog of videos, very detailed information on a lot of different watches and brands. So definitely check out his channel. Andre's got the Glycine Blue Double 12. Those are really cool. Mystery saying the Mito Ocean Star Captain is also a killer. Yes, I do have Mito in, and I will be doing a video on that very soon. A waste of a movement. Okay, thanks, Rob. Where are we at? Dino, yes, the Mito is awesome. And there's some super affordable ones. There's some crazy cool ones too that are a little bit more money. I personally like the limited edition models, which I have a limited one in, and I'm excited to do the video on that. So, Dane says when his channel grows up, he wants to be more like Design. So some of these channels put in like crazy good research and. All right, Dino wants a sneak peek of the Dino. I did an unboxing of it. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even know where it's at. I don't know where it's at. Let me see. Is this it? That's a Squale. I don't know where it's at. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Hold on, I'm grabbing a watch. Hold on. I'm still here, guys. Don't go away. I'm grabbing a watch. So, all right, I'm back. So here is the Mito Ocean Star, and this is a smaller case too. It's not very big. It's limited edition, and it's freaking awesome. It's like 40.5 millimeter. It comes on this spectacular bracelet, awesome clasp. It's kind of like a Melanie's type bracelet, but it's not. It's not a mesh bracelet. I mean, this thing is. This thing is, I need one of these. This needs to be added to the library. This watch is insane awesome. And it's from the Swatch group, right? So It probably has an H movement in it. I'm not sure. I'll have to look up to see what movement is in it. So I'm not sure what the beat rate is on it. So, and I'm not sure what H movement would be in it, but if we get it going, and if it's not spinning at a 4 hertz, then it's going to be, let me see what the beat rate is on it. Because if it's a slower beat rate, like a, what do you call it, like a 3 hertz, if it's a slower beat rate, then it's going to be a H. I'm throwing it on the time grapher. So I'm going to tell you what it's running at. And that was just a quick wind. So I'm throwing it on the watch polygraph. We're going to know what the beat rate is, or the, so it must have an H movement in it. So I don't know which one it is that would have the day date, because it is beating at 21,600. And that quick wind right there, guys, that was a super quick wind. That was not a full wind, right? The amplitude's already at 249 and it's running at a plus 6 seconds. So very, very healthy movement. This thing is spot on. And so it is at 21,600. So it's a little bit slower sweep on the hand, but I am a sucker for a pop of orange on there. And this thing's 60 click bezel. Lines up perfect. Oh, man. Am I going to have to buy one of these too? I might have to buy one of these, guys. This is probably the best Mito watch I've handled. Dane says I like the blue with the orange because it's the color of the Gators. Listen, I'm going to be down in Florida in a few weeks, so maybe I need to be a Gator fan. Maybe I just need to fully embrace my Gator fan. Look at the polish on it. I love the bling too. Full polished case, full polished bracelet. Look at that bracelet. Oh man, this thing is a bling master. I'll try to do a really good video on this, guys. I'll try to do a full-blown informational type video on this. It's the best I can, because I'm digging it. I haven't had a chance to really check it out, but I mean, look at these. Both of these. I need to work harder or something. I need more money so I can buy more watches. You know, for the library. All the true bling masters. I like shiny things. I mean, a good, you know, dull field watch is fine too, but I gravitate towards shiny things. I like the full polished. I like gold and full polished stainless steel. That's where my heart is. There's no sense in fighting it. Check out the this thing has a quick adjust too. It's not my favorite, but it keeps a really thin clasp. So it still has a really thin clasp. You don't have the silly fold over. This watch just makes sense. Oh man, I'm gonna have to own that too. All right, guys, I really need to close it out. So thanks for tuning in. Oh, I want to kill the lights because I want to show you the lume on. I want to show you the lume on this monster again, and we'll look at the lume on the Maratac. So let's do that. Let's do that real quick. So there's the lume on the monster. Check out that lume bezel. They did a really good job with the bezel design and the full lume. It's just there was some fitment problems. There's a lot of lume going on. Where's the Maratac? Already lost it. It's right here. Is there lume on the? I think the chapter is loomed. The chapter's loomed. It's not loomed as good as the indices, the printed out indices, but it is loomed. The Mito didn't spend much time under the studio lights, guys. It's a little weak, but that's okay. I'm not mad at it. Even the Squale is actually not very bright. So, but it definitely has a lot of shine when it is in the regular light. Check out the lume on the Long Island watch. Man, there we go. Focus a little bit. We're all lume junkies. You know you are. You got to have a couple of cool loomed watches. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm out of here. I gotta close this out. I'll see you guys on the next vid. Thanks for watching.